2 years of simmering on the loss of his fallen friends, with his mind filled with nothing but revenge and wanting to take down the games, Gi-Hun decided to take the blood money from those games and go after the head of the snake. Unfortunately for him, the snake had already bit him. The venom just hadn't set in yet. What could he have done to stop the games? Could he have stopped the games? These are all questions I asked myself as I watched the second season. Then I came to the conclusion that Gi-Hun should have gotten on that plane, but not for the reasons you think. I want to start off by saying that Gi-Hun's anger and rage is valid. However, it must be used in the right way. Redhead Gi-Hun should have gotten on that plane with the same determination as if he decided to stay. By that time, he knows that they put a tracker on him, but instead of taking it out, he should have left it in. He should have played the same game that the frontman played this season, being someone that he no longer was. He should have let them think he had given up and that he was not going to fight the natural order of the games. Then he should start plotting overseas. I don't believe they would have checked the way he was spending his money, because they let him withdraw the entire amount from his bank account after he took out the tracker. So it's possible he can wire the money needed to the people he decides to hire for his plan. He didn't even make a dent in the money after paying the gangsters for 2 years straight, so I know he doesn't lack the money. It would have been an unexpected plan, but the character was too blinded by rage and revenge and wanted to see the empire fall with his very own eyes. He was on the right track with paying off his debt and using those same gangsters to look for the recruiter. Sending photos and communicating through text was a great idea, and adds to my point that it all could have been done while Gi-Hun was overseas to be the red herring for the plan. Now, I know you're probably like, he should talk to his daughter, and I'm like, I agree. However, once he committed to wanting to take down the games, it would be safer to give a couple of calls and stay away from his daughter and ex-wife. Now, the gangsters were making too much noise in their search for the recruiter. They should have searched silently and not asked questions. Just hang around the same train stations that they were in the show. Once they find the recruiters, send in one person who could defend themselves and pay them to not play the games, but work for the games. I feel Gi-Hun would have known that people work for them somehow, because how else do they get guards that they need? This person should only be in contact with Gi-Hun or the gangsters with the burner phone before doing this. With the right charisma and reasoning, that person would have convinced the recruiter to get them in contact with the lead for a job. The fact that how the guards are recruited are left open leaves endless possibilities for how the person could be hired. That person can even say that they ran into someone who worked for the games, but doesn't want to say their identity to protect them, especially since they wouldn't know how the process works. Once the mole infiltrates the games, he could hide a tracker on the mole and they could track down the island. Send in the team after receiving enough information on how to get onto the island without being discovered, then attack the games. I didn't see them scan the workers for trackers during the process of Noel returning as a guard, probably because to be hired you have to be a trusted associate, but let's say they did. What now? Well, that was the quick way, but this next idea is the long way and would take a lot of sacrifice that it seems Gi-Hun would have been just fine making according to season 2. Side note, I prefer this way. Just let that person work for the games for one game and gain as much intel as possible and give that intel to Gi-Hun. By that time, they would have either found a way to put a tracker on the mole, or the mole would have been trusted enough that they lit up on keeping an eye on that person. They could send a ping location of some sort to Gi-Hun, probably through the frontman's phone, because he's the only one I remember having a phone in season 1. Then they would attack the island for the next game. Junho got in as a worker by simply taking out a guard and taking his spot. They probably would have advanced their security system because of that, but that's why I say the mole should go in and simply work for the games to gain as much information as possible and make relationships. Make a plan from the information given and send the worker back in to hopefully successfully infiltrate the games. But let's be real for a second. No matter what plan I can attempt to think of or that Gi-Hun can come up with, these are billionaires who have 455 people going missing with large debt every year, and not one person questions it. They're most likely in the pockets of high-ranking police and government officials to avoid discovery. It will literally take a miracle to take down the games, but maybe, just maybe, Gi-Hun is that miracle, so let him cook okay. He wasn't thinking straight, and he was seeing red this whole season, understandably. I enjoyed the second season of Squid Game and seeing Gi-Hun have to pivot his plan a bit for trying to take down the games. Also to see that he still had a trusting heart and thinks the best of people is nice, but I wish you would have noticed that player 001, aka the frontman, was being weird, because that would have helped him a lot with his plan. I'm excited to see how the chaos unfolds for the final season, and I feel like Gi-Hun got a level up because for some reason a main character's friend dies and they get a level up, so I don't know why. I just know I'm gonna have to get my tissues ready though. What did y'all think of the long awaited season 2 of Squid Game? Are you excited for the final season. Let me know what y'all think below, and remember to keep it kind and sweet. Thank y'all so much for watching, and have a nice day. Peace.